We're about to walk through that custom home with the dark roof, and this home sits on a peninsula right in the middle of Texas. If you like luxury homes with amazing views, then stick around for a great walkthrough. You won't want to miss this one. Hey everyone, Raj Sahu here. I'm a realtor in Central Texas, but you shouldn't always use me as a realtor. More on that a little bit later. Today we're walking through a 2023 build. This home is 6,700 square feet. It's on 2+ acres. It has 5 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, 5 full, 3 half bathrooms. There is so much to see in this beautiful custom home, including on the second floor, a balcony and a workout area that looks out to the Colorado River, and the backyard looks out to that same river. We'll get to all of that. First, I want to show you right in the living room. It opens to the second story with this amazing ceiling design. You have the tile work on the fireplace going all the way up to the ceiling. And what we're going to start off with is the kitchen. Now, while we're in here, I do want to give a shout out to the listing agent, Shailene Smith with Kuper Sotheby's International. I appreciate Shailene allowing us to put a video of this home on our channel because I think it showcases what's possible right off of the Colorado River and the beautiful homes that are out here. And I'm going to go through as many details as possible, and even at the end of the video, you'll see a great drone shot where I'll take you around this neighborhood and you'll see what's possible here in the Austin metro area. Starting off in the kitchen, I love what they did here with the waterfall countertops on the kitchen island. They even did an extension off of that kitchen island, just makes it feel so much bigger. And I love the movement in this countertop. Those stark veins running through that white quartz countertop look fantastic, both on the island as well as this backsplash under this vent hood that goes all the way up to the ceiling. Now, the waterfall countertop, matching that countertop on the backsplash, the appliance package that's in here, these are things that do come with quite the price tag if you are building from scratch. But I think putting some upgrades into this kitchen is a great idea, just because the kitchen's obviously the focal point of the home, and I think the builder for this did a fantastic job. What I also think they did a great job with is that dining area with the sliding glass doors on either side. We'll come back to that area where I'll show it a little bit more in detail. While we head over to the pantry, I did want to mention the list price of this home. It's currently listed at $5.9 million, and you'll have to excuse me, I could have mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but I can't help myself when I go to these homes. They're absolutely amazing. Even driving up to this area, it's just gorgeous. Wait until you see the backyard with the pool that looks out to the Colorado River and the views that are all here. It is truly unbelievable that it's possible to get these types of homes in the middle of Texas, and I think it's shocking for most people when they first get exposed to what's out here west of Austin, Texas. And we'll get into the area that we're in, the community that we're in later on in the video. What I want to focus in on is this main living area. So we just saw the pantry, which had some great built-ins in there. It even had a spot for an extra refrigerator. Here in the living room, I had to give you a second look of this. I love that dark tile that really breaks up this wall and becomes the focal point on this side of the main living area. Actually just had a client close in this community, which I'll detail a little bit later, and a video of their home's going to be posted shortly after this one, so look out for that. They did a very similar dark tile on their fireplace that goes up to the ceiling, and I think it really makes this main living area special. Okay, moving on, before we head outside, which we're going to do shortly after this, I wanted to detail this Butlers pantry area or wine storage area. I don't know what you would want to call this. I think there's many different uses you have here, but wine storage is definitely going to be one. As you see, you have a wine fridge and you have some good built-in cabinets. I love the under cabinet lighting that's throughout the home here. It also brings out that stark contrast and that countertop that I keep calling out. And I love that they use that same countertop in here. So it's a common theme in this main living area. We saw it in the pantry prior to this, and obviously we saw it at the waterfall kitchen island countertops. It looks amazing. It's one of the first things that I noticed when I walked into this home. And I think for so many buyers that are building from scratch, wondering, should they fit this into this budget, do like a waterfall countertop like this, because it does come with quite the price tag, extending the countertop downward like that to the floor. I think it's well worth it. If you like the countertop, you fall in love with it, then I say go for it. Try to fit it into your budget, because for a lot of buyers looking for a wow factor in their kitchen, I think that waterfall countertop is fantastic. And while we move on to the dining room, which you're seeing in front of us, which has amazing sliding glass doors, bringing in a lot of natural light, really opens up here. I have to mention, shout out to my buyers who just finished at the design studio last week, and they fit in their budget waterfall countertops, and I'm so excited for them. I think it's gonna look incredible. What also looks incredible is this view right off your dining room area. Are you catching that view of the river? Let's head out there. You just have to see a closer glimpse of this, where it's all over this backyard. The home is wrapped in like an L shape around this view that looks out for miles and miles and miles. And this is the dream right here. I have so many people that reach out to me through mostly YouTube, and they say, I saw your YouTube videos, I love the views that are there. We have no backyard right now, or we have such a small backyard, we can barely fit our dog. And I just tell them there are so many possibilities that's out here in Texas, and that's why I continue to publish videos like this. More people need to see what's possible in areas like this. Like, did you think it was possible to have a workout room up there on a second floor that has a view, multiple views of the river? I didn't think it was possible until I came into this home, and we'll tour that later on in the video. It's probably one of my favorite parts of this home. That's gonna actually be a covered deck area for the primary bedroom and bathroom, which we'll see after this. But what I want you to see is a closer view of this river, because this lifestyle is unbelievable. Now, what you'll see down in the river is a floating marina. Of course, they have lots of different boat docks that you have there. So of course, if you live at home like this, you got to have a boat down there. You can enjoy water sports, fishing. Of course, there's lots of hiking and biking out here. You can really enjoy the outdoors. The outdoors, both in your backyard with this amazing pool and deck area, but also just a golf cart ride away. You have all these different activities that you could do. And you'll see later on in the video when I take my drone up in the air again and show you a good view of what's around this home. There are lots of people out and about. There's boats going down the river. There are people enjoying this amazing lifestyle that's out here. And that's all possible in a community like this called the Hollows. Now I'm going to talk about the Hollows while we go through this outdoor kitchen area where you have a grill, sink. Even behind this wall, you have a stairwell that goes up to that workout room, which again will be later on in the video. There's still so much to see, so just stick with me. But I did want to detail the Hollows. It's a community I love featuring because there's so many different parts of the Hollows. Like, we're in a double gated section of the Hollows that's on a peninsula. There are many other sections of the Hollows, and that's what I like about this. There's varying price points, there's varying builders, there's custom, there's production home builders, and all of those different options are in this community, which is centered around beauty and the outdoors. It's really those two things. And to give you some examples of that, I had a client who just moved to the Hollows a few months ago, and I remember in our first conversation when they were talking about where they wanted to live, they were moving from Dallas, and they said, we have to live in the hills, we want to be around greenery. And the first thought that I had is, you have to check out the Hollows. And when they came out here, they were blown away. Fast forward a year later, their home finishes, they close. I just had lunch with them recently. And at lunch, now that they've been able to experience the community, they said exactly what they were thinking about moving to when they lived in Dallas, and they were looking at areas that were beautiful. This hit it out of the park for them. It hit every expectation that they were looking for. And I can't tell you how satisfying that is to hear, especially when you work with clients who I now consider friends, and you go on this journey with them for over a year. It's so exciting to hear that after they've already moved in. So shout out to them if they're watching. I'm so excited for them. I'll talk a little bit more about the suburb that we're in later on in the video. What I want to move on to is this primary bedroom, which has these cathedral style ceilings with the beams running through. You have such great contrast in this room with those dark beams, these dark doors, but it still has the glass insert to give you that view out into the river. Imagine this is your primary bedroom. So you have a TV up on that wall, which they already have electrical outlets for, and you wake up out of bed, you pull the curtains to the side, and this is your view of your primary bedroom. That's incredible. You could obviously open this door to just go right out into your backyard. I think you can put some tables out there, like a sitting area, and just enjoy that outdoor space. I also like that they have windows on the left side, which look like they were placed just on either side of your bed, just to allow for a lot of natural light to come into this primary bedroom. Right off of this primary bedroom is the primary bathroom, where we have two vanities on either side. You have a freestanding tub in front of us. And this is what jumps out to me as what makes the home feel very custom compared to a production home builder. First off, you have that half moon ceiling design. You have a pitch in the ceiling. You have these mirrors that have lights around them. The countertop is so thick above the cabinetry. It feels so custom and luxurious in here. It feels more like a spa. And I think you definitely get that feeling as you get a little bit closer to the freestanding tub. I like the tile that they did on this wall. It's a very cool accent wall that just has a little bit more movement to draw your eye into the bathroom when you first enter, all the way over to that freestanding tub area. And then I think the upgrades continue in this walk-in shower. I like how they kept the tile consistent in here. It all feels like one space. And to continue that, I think they put the drain in the back. So again, the tile is not broken up, which I think looks fantastic. Now they have an accent wall on the back. You have a rain shower above us with multiple shower heads in here. You even have a handheld shower. Really cool design work in this primary bathroom. And you'll see that continue in the two closets that are in this bathroom. And before those two closets, we'll take a quick peek at the water closet here. And while we go through these closets, one thing I wanted to mention was a little bit more detail about production home builders versus custom home builders. Now, obviously with custom home, as the name states, custom, you tend to get more customizations in these homes. You can either build a plan from scratch and build it exactly around what you prefer. A lot of these custom home builders also have their own plans, and then you can build off of those plans. You can add all these different customizations to it. And so the different things that you want in your home, as long as it's humanly possible, you tend to get it approved by the builder. It's just going to come with a cost. A production home builder is a bit different. They're not going to just allow you to just build out a plan on your own. They're going to want to have you use one of their plans that they already offer. So each production home builder offers various plans in different communities, and you have to pick one of those plans. And for each of those plans, they might have some structural upgrades. You might be able to add a media room or a second floor balcony, or you might be able to move something around in a primary bathroom, like take out the tub and extend the shower. Even though production home builders offer these various options within all their plans, the problem is if you try to deviate from that plan and ask for a customization, a lot of times you're going to be told no. In fact, even the light that you see around this mirror, a lot of production home builders will not do this, and you'll just have to try to do that aftermarket. Where, I've had a buyer plan ahead where we had an outlet go behind the mirror. We told the builder, do not glue the mirrors because we don't want to do drywall repair after we close on the home, and we just planned ahead. So there's different things that you can do aftermarket with production home builders to make it feel a little bit more custom, but at the end of the day, you can't do a lot of these things with the builder. With a custom home builder, like the one that built this home, you have a lot more in options, a lot more in customizations. Moving on, we have a room that I would call a study. It's a little bit private from the other areas of the home. It's got some good windows, bringing in lots of natural light. And even though I'm calling this as a study, keep in mind your primary bedroom and bathroom is close by. So you could also use this as a baby room. I actually just had a client who had a baby a couple weeks ago, and they were telling me it's nice to have a room that's close by. You don't need to have like an in-suite full bathroom with a walk-in shower that obviously a baby is never going to use. You just need a space that's close by to your primary bedroom so that in the middle of the night you don't have to run through your house. You have a room that's close by, but you still have some separation between you and your baby so you can get some well-deserved sleep. And I think for a lot of parents out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to trying to get sleep. And so that room can be used for a few different things. Again, study, maybe like possible additional bedroom for a baby. Getting back to the front of the home, I don't think I covered this. I like the two windows that are up there, as well as the light fixture that they chose in here and those double glass doors that are on that front entrance. And right off of that front entrance also is the powder bathroom. Now there are 3 powder bathrooms in this home, so this is going to be one right off of that main living area. I love the consistency in that countertop that we talked about before, the accent wall with the pendant lights that are here. You can do so many fun things in a powder bathroom. And I like that they have multiple powder bathrooms. So there's another one that's right off of the outdoor pool area, and then there's another one upstairs in the workout room that we'll see later on in the video. Now, before we get to the media room and game room that's still downstairs here, I want to cover what's behind the kitchen. So that was a look at the pantry that we saw earlier in the video. This is going to be a mudroom where I like the built-in cabinetry that's here, perfect for storage of bags or belongings that you have to take in and out of your car. And then we're in the mudroom because we're right off of the 3-car garage that is a side entrance. So you have this really long driveway that goes out to this home, and then a side entrance 3-car garage, which I did miss it in the video, but we did have some built-in cabinetry in that garage area as well. Now, I mentioned 3 bedrooms downstairs, so we already saw 2 bedrooms. This is going to be the 3rd bedroom. I like that you have these French doors that go out to the driveway. You have some transom windows that bring some great natural light into this bedroom. And then I like the privacy. If you notice, the other 2 bedrooms on this first floor, primary bedroom, secondary bedroom, are kind of right next to each other, and this is on the other side of the house, so you get some really good privacy. Now, this isn't coming from me, but what I've heard from other buyers is when your in-laws are over, it's nice to just put them in an area where you don't feel like you're on top of each other. And I think that this is a great room for that, where those in-laws, if you wanted to have them over, could also have their own in-suite full bathroom where they have a walk-in shower. They have this great accent wall, which I think complements the other upgrades that are in this bathroom, and they ran this tile all the way up to the ceiling. And if you like bathrooms and you need inspiration for what upgrades to put in a bathroom, every bathroom in this home is very unique and has its own different upgrades. So wait until you see the other full and half bathrooms that are coming up here. And while we head over to the rest of the first floor, like the utility room, which is next, and then we're going to see a media room and a game room that's right off of that outdoor kitchen area that we saw previously. I do want to mention, I know we are looking at an empty home. There are photos of this home that have some great virtual staging in them by the listing agent. So I'll post a link for those photos in the description of this video. And that way, if you're having any difficulty visualizing a space, there's some really good pictures in there that show what's possible in a home like this. Now, in this area would be the washer and dryer. You have freestanding shelves above it. And then I love the built-in cabinetry that they have in here. It allows for a lot of space for just folding clothes, obviously a lot of space for storage as well. It's a good utility room right behind the kitchen. Now, I could have went through that utility room to get to this stairwell and the media room and game room, which we're going to get to next, but I had to come back around because I love catching this view off of the dining area. And then as you can see, the upgrades that are still continuing to be showcased here are fantastic. Now, this is that same utility room that we just came around to get to this stairwell, and right next to this stairwell is that pool powder bathroom. So I love this upgrade because I think for a lot of buyers who are looking to entertain, you want to have big pool parties, which I think makes sense when you have a big backyard like we previously saw. This is great to have, where you have a separate access that goes right out to the pool area. And for obviously people who you don't want coming through your house that are soaking wet, it's great that they can just come through this, access the powder bath, and then go right back out to the pool area. Speaking of entertaining, they really designed this in a way for just so many people to be over your home, comfortably getting in and out of the home. Like, check this out. They have double doors that are right off of the media room going out to the backyard. Also double doors in the game room, which we'll see next. But first, I have to show you this media room. It's probably one of my favorite parts of this home, and it starts with the lighting. I like the tray ceiling and the lighting going along the rim of that tray ceiling. The lighting also on the sides of this room all complement that cool wall color that just makes this media room feel cozy. And I don't mean cozy in the way of this room is small and that's why I'm calling it cozy. I mean, this room is massive and it just feels like a perfect room to come back to, like on a long work day on a Friday, and you just want to come back, watch a movie at home. I think having 2 rows of seating in this media room is definitely possible, and coming back to a room like this to end your day and just do a movie at home or watch a ball game, it's fantastic. Definitely builds the dream of what's possible here in Texas. And I like that storage space off of that media room as well. Okay, moving on. I want to get to what I'm calling a game room, but I think there's a lot of different uses you could also have for this room, and this is the beauty of being right around 6,700 square feet. Lots of different rooms, still feels very open concept, and so many different things that you can do here. What I was thinking is, if you like entertaining, well then when you're serving food, you could have that food in here instead of having it outside, which can attract bugs. If you're celebrating a birthday and you want to sing happy birthday around the cake, I think doing that in an area like this that has multiple access points to get outdoors and everybody can kind of come inside and congregate, I think it's a great space for it. Now, if you're just enjoying this space casually, well then of course you could just enjoy it as anyone would for a game room. I have a lot of buyers, they need a poker room, they need a space for a pool table or a ping pong table, or an area where they can be loud and watch a game. I think this is a great space for it. And of course, as you see there, they have a sink, they have some cabinetry with a countertop, they have of course some storage in here. So many different things that you can do in here. Let me know how you would enjoy this space in the comments below. And so far, I want to hear from you. What's your favorite part so far? But you should probably keep watching because we're about to head upstairs and I'm going to show you an amazing view out to that river on a second floor balcony and a workout room. So many great things that we still have to see. What I think is also cool is this stairwell where they did this all glass railing along the sides. It really keeps that space open. You have a little bit of storage underneath the stairwell, but it's not enclosed. So I think you can enclose that aftermarket if you really valued storage, if you want to keep it open. It's very light and bright with these lights that are here and does make the stairwell feel very, very special. So I think also keeping it open would be a great idea because you have storage everywhere in this home. What I was just pointing up to is a window that had a mini atrium in there so you could see up into the sky as you walk upstairs, maybe at night, and you have a dark sky trying to look up at the stars. And there is a lot of natural light coming in through that window, really lights up that stairwell. Also like that light fixture. What I like even more than any of that is this incredible view that's off of the game room here, or what I would call a second game room. You're going to see this view in so many different areas. Even the spare bedrooms that are upstairs here have their own view off the front of this home. They did great electrical upgrades throughout this home. You'll see those black outlet boxes at the top of each wall to hang TVs and hide the wires when you hang them. And then if you were looking for a fantastic second floor balcony area that you could just come out to, relax, drink a cup of coffee, enjoy the view, well, check this one out. This is exactly why I love coming out to this area of the Austin Metroplex. This suburb is called Jonestown, Texas. Jonestown and Lago Vista, Texas are right next to each other, and they're both these lake towns that are right along the Colorado River. And by the way, various swellings of that river we do call lakes. It's very calm in that river, so that's why you'll see lots of boats going around that area, enjoying the outdoors. And look, even if you can't buy this type of home listed at $5.9 million, but you want to experience that water, next time you're in Austin, just do a boat tour or rent jet skis or something like that and experience this for yourself. Because I got to tell you, when you're in the water and you see those beautiful homes up on a hillside that obviously have this amazing view, you can't help but imagine what would it be like to live in an area like this. And that's exactly what my wife and I experienced several years ago when we first moved to Austin. I remember it like it was yesterday. We got a call from a friend who really wanted to go jet skiing. It was the middle of December, but it was 70 degrees out, and we weren't adrenaline junkies at that time. We're still not adrenaline junkies, but we just figured, hey, why not? Let's enjoy that area. And we came out to an area like this. We saw views like this, and we were blown away. And I remember looking at my wife thinking, maybe we should plant our roots out here. Seems like a very fun, active, cool place to be. And that's exactly why I got into real estate. I looked at homes like this that had views. I saw different areas that were just so livable for so many people, not just across the country, but worldwide, looking to move to a fun, active place. And that's exactly what I thought this Austin Metro was. And that's why I got into real estate. I kept convincing friends and family to move here. I figured I might as well do it for a living. And that's why I started posting these YouTube videos. Again, like I was saying earlier, I just want more and more people to understand that this is possible. Okay, moving on, we have another full bathroom. That light needs to be replaced, so that's something that the sellers are working on. I love that thick countertop that they keep putting in these different bathrooms. And while going through this home, I think I just realized that I might have misquoted previously saying there was 3 bedrooms down. There's actually 2 bedrooms down, so they're not counting that bedroom next to the primary bedroom as a separate bedroom. I think they're just counting it as kind of like a study area, so it doesn't have an in-suite full bathroom. And then there's 3 bedrooms upstairs. So this is the bedroom that's a little bit more private from the other 2 bedrooms. And then you saw the sliding glass doors that go to this outdoor breezeway, which looks right down into the pool. And I like this outdoor breezeway that leads right to your own workout room. And this is my favorite part of this home. I'm saying workout room, you could obviously use it for whatever you want, but I know that they had some virtual staging in here of like a couple yoga mats and a treadmill that looked right out to one of these windows that has this panoramic view of the river. Now my camera is going to keep dimming the interior lighting in this room because there's so much natural light coming from those windows, but as we get closer to those windows, you'll just see what it's like to enjoy a space like this. Like imagine you're on a treadmill and you're running and you just look up and you can see for miles and miles and miles in either direction. So we've seen down the river on that side. On this side, that actually goes out to Lake Travis. And if you want a better look at that view, stick with me till the end. I take my drone up in the air and I'll show you around this home and even show you around the peninsula that this home is built on. And I mentioned to you already that this is my favorite part. I like working out from home, but I always feel like I need a little bit more space to work out. And the thought of working out in this room just blew my mind. And now it blew my mind, and this was my favorite part, but I want to hear from you. Comment below on what you felt like was your favorite part about the home. Was it the pool outside, that backyard area? Was it that downstairs main living area? There's just so many different parts of this home that I think people could point out as their favorite. And also to keep going here, this is that same stairwell that goes all the way down to that outdoor kitchen area. So if you remember, I showed that previously. I like that you can just get your workout in, and if you want to head outside into the pool, you can just take that stairwell down. You don't even have to go through the house to get there. And then I could not help but just show you this view again from this angle, kind of showing both windows and panning upward. And while I was looking at this view, I almost forgot to show you the powder bathroom that's in this workout room. So let's show that last powder bathroom. I think this is also a great feature to have. It really seals the deal for this room, where you can have your own bathroom. You have, again, access to the exterior of the home, so you don't have to go through the home. It just makes this area so much more private and so unique. I don't think I've seen a workout room that has panoramic views on a second floor, and the best part about it is below us is the outdoor kitchen area. So I have a lot of people that say when they move here, if they're coming from the north especially, they usually put their workout area in the basement, and then they think, well, there are no basements in Texas for the most part. Where am I going to put my workout area? Well, maybe I need to put it on the second floor. And you want to pay attention to what's below you, because if you're using a treadmill, you're slinging around weights, that can get very loud below you. And I think that's why they strategically built this home to be right over that outdoor kitchen area, so you're not having livable space below you in this workout area. Moving on, we have a couple more bedrooms that I want to show you, and I was actually very surprised at the views that were in these spare bedrooms upstairs. I wasn't expecting that, at least when I got in this home. I did know about the workout area. I already got a picture of that before I even entered this home and decided to do a video of it, so I knew that was going to be absolutely insane. But I was also very surprised with these two bedrooms. So while I walk you through these two bedrooms, I also wanted to talk about something I said earlier on in the video, and it's something I say often in a lot of my videos, which is I am a realtor, but I don't tell everyone that they should work with me for their real estate needs. I don't think that would ever make sense, because there are so many different parts of real estate. What I mean by that, there are people who reach out to me, they want investment properties. There are people who want their home listed. There are people who want custom homes like this, or new construction homes. Some people are okay with it being older, but their location really matters. Everyone has different needs, and that's why, in my opinion, everyone should have a different realtor who's focused on their specific needs, their specific criteria. And that's what I really pride myself on doing, is putting people's interests first. So when people reach out to me, I figure out if I'm the best realtor for them, and if I'm not, I connect them with one of my realtor partners who's more focused on their specific niche. And to kind of give an example of that, I just had a client reach out to me last week where their criteria was very similar to my past clients, where I explained that, I showed them what I've done in the past that kind of matched up with their criteria. And then I also showed them, I already have videos on some lots where I've walked to the back of a lot through trees to show how level the backyard was. I also took my drone up in the air on some lots, and I sent all of that to them, showing them that I already had exactly what they were looking for because I'd already worked with that criteria before. And that's what I want for everyone. I want you to be working with somebody who knows your set of criteria and is not guessing or figuring it out on the way, because you don't want to spend the amount of money it takes to buy a home these days, which is probably the biggest purchase of your life, and the person that you're working with is just winging it. And that's why I also have a lot of realtor partners that I've connected with, some that do great investment properties, some that also focus on a specific area of the Austin metro. I even have people in Dallas, in Houston, in San Antonio that I've connected people with. I've even had listings in Seattle, in California, and different parts of the United States where I'll do some research on some data points to see which listing agent is dominating that area. They're the ones who's going to extract the most equity possible out of your home and sell it for the highest price. And I've even done that with my own cousins. My first cousin who asked to list their home, I told them, nope, there's somebody dominating that area that's going to get the most amount of money for them. And I told them they should work with that listing agent. So I can do that with you. Just reach out to me. My number's in the description of this video. And before I let you go, you got to see different areas. Like, do you see this road that goes all the way up that hillside in the back? There are so many different custom homes that I'm going to be posting in the near future. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, I highly recommend subscribing. I'm going to have some great walkthroughs coming up in the future. And before I let you go, like I mentioned, what was coming at the end here, check this out. So I'm going to head right over the home, like I mentioned, and show you that Colorado River that goes all the way out to Lake Travis on the left side here. So you see this boat in front of us? Whoever's on that boat is heading out to Lake Travis to experience everything that Lake Travis offers. So we're just going to follow them over there. I want to tell you a little bit more about Lake Travis. Now, if you've been to Austin maybe a couple times in the past, but you never got out to the lake that's out here, I would definitely check out Oasis Brewery. Oasis also has a Tex-Mex restaurant. The food is a bit average, I would say, but the brewery's cool. It's up on like a third story, and both the Tex-Mex restaurant and the brewery have amazing views of Lake Travis, and I think it's something you should definitely experience if you're in that area. Now, if you want a better food option, but it's a little bit more on the expensive side, check out Steiner Ranch Steakhouse. I love going to Steiner Ranch. It also has a view of Lake Travis. And then, like I mentioned earlier in the video, if you're ever out in this area, just take a boat tour, take jet skis, experience this life for yourself, because keep in mind, I'm very high up in the air right now. When you're down at the water and you're looking up at all these rolling hills and these beautiful homes, it's incredible. And I'll just be upfront with you, the video does not do it justice. Like, it never would. You have to experience this yourself. You have to walk these things yourself. And when you do, I think it would be very surprising that something like this is possible in the middle of Texas. Now, I want to give one more shout out to the listing agent, Shailene Smith at Kuper Sotheby's International, for allowing me to put this on my channel and showcase what's possible in this area of Jonestown, Texas. And as we circle back to the street that this home is on, again, it's that home with the dark roof on the left side that we just walked. I do want to hear from you. I want to hear in the comments below what your favorite part was of this home, and I read every comment. So I'm excited to hear from everyone on what they felt like they loved about this home. And if you can't get enough of these custom home walkthroughs, you want to see another one, click on the thumbnail that's appearing on your screen. That's also going to have an amazing view off the backyard right around this area. And as always, hope this helps. Take care, everyone.